Reaction is pouring in after 3 sold-out shows from American superstar Taylor Swift were canceled in Austria. The move after officials say they uncovered a terror plot to strike the concerts. Ticket holders say they are devastated.
It's actually really sad that this is actually the world we live in and that this is happening right now, because this concert used to be a safe space for everyone, and now it's just a threat and no one is feeling safe anymore going to this kind of concerts. So.
Fans known as Swifties spent thousands of dollars on travels, hotel, and food in one of Europe's most expensive cities. One fan said as she heard the show was canceled, well, she began to cry. Authorities say 2 suspects showed signs of being inspired by ISIS, and they plan to use knives and homemade explosives during the concert. Ticket holders were given a full refund. And joining us now to talk more about the terror plot and the group that inspired it is Timothy Ward Nichols, a research fellow and visiting professor at Duke University and a former Marine Corps intelligence officer with extensive experience in counterterrorism. Mr. Nichols, good to be with you today. We appreciate your time. Really very fortunate that this terror plot was uncovered, but had it not, things could have taken a very different turn. As mentioned, these suspects plan to use knives, homemade bombs, and even machetes. And no doubt, if this attack were carried out, it would have caused a huge loss of life. Let's talk more about that.
Well, Tracy, I think you have characterized it accurately. These 2 gentlemen it sounded like they were willing to commit a mass atrocity, very close and personal, and probably would have been killed in the process, which would have raised their stature in the kind of ISIS elite. And so very concerning that they were radicalized. But I also give a ton of credit to the international intelligence efforts and the local police to disrupt this.
Yeah, and it seems that concert venues in Europe have become a popular target for Islamic terror groups. Many people remember the bombing at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England back in 2017. That said, why target a concert? Is it simply because of the large crowds and the potential to do a lot of damage, or do you think there's more to it?
Well, that's certainly part of it, Tracy. I think Taylor Swift, as you know, is magnificently talented. She's an empowered American woman, and she stands for a lot of the things that ISIS doesn't like. So she's even more of a symbol of something that they reject. And so it would be not only a concert against what Taylor Swift stands for. I mean, not a concert, but an attack against what Taylor Swift stands for, but also a mass casualty producing attack.
Yeah, and how, I'm curious about this, how entrenched is ISIS in Europe? What's their goal there, and what are they seeking?
Well, ISIS is very anti-Western, and so you see this behavior as a characterization of their rejection of Western culture and Western behavior. I would be careful about calling it entrenched. I think it's episodic, and I don't think it characterizes much of the Muslim population or the Western population. So ISIS is present, and they have to communicate and train and resource and rehearse in order to do these attacks. And to our great fortune, the talented professionals in the national security apparatus, both in the United States and in Austria, were able to detect this.
Yeah, and you mentioned radicalization. Can you give us an idea quickly of how that happens and how quickly it happens?
Well, there's a number of different ways, but I would say sometimes when youth become isolated and become vulnerable to dogma, they are kind of brought in, similar in the way that street gangs recruit people and radicalize them. It's not unique to Europe. The young men who conducted the Boston Marathon bombing fell prey to the same type of radicalization. So isolated, maybe on the outside of society, susceptible to recruitment, and then once they're recruited, empowered and programmed to act in a violent manner.
Yeah, very concerning. Wish we had more time to talk about this, but thank you for your time. We really appreciate it, and thank you for your service.
Have a great day. Thank you.